Hello, Mr. Fry's Algebra 2 class. I'm looking at the operations on functions, and I'm going to do more than half of them. I'm going to do 2 from each section just so you see what's going on here. So the first 3, what we're doing is we're going to add the 2 functions together, and we're using our notes from the other day. So when we add these 2 functions, f of x and f of g together, so f plus g, we are just adding these 2 functions together like this. So I have it in parentheses to start. Second step, I take it out of parentheses. You'll see when we get to subtraction that, subtraction changes the signs in the second one. This really doesn't change anything. It just becomes, plus 4x minus 11. And you're just going to combine like terms in this situation when you're adding these 2 functions. And you end up with 9x minus 15. The 5x goes with the 4x, and the negative 4 goes with the negative 11. Okay, going on to number 3. Go ahead and try 2 on your own. You're just going to add these 2 together, and you're just combining like terms. So that is a plus there. I add these 2 together. I just get rid of the parentheses, that first step. And then I'm just combining like terms. I don't have anything to add that has an x cubed. So I just have 2x cubed still. X squared, I'm going to put those x squareds together. So I have a negative 5 and I have a positive 8 here. That becomes positive 3x squared. I'm going to put all my x's together. I only have 1. That's just 1, so I just have plus x still. And then I'm going to put my just numbers without variables together. And I have a negative 3 and a positive 5. That becomes a positive 2. And I'm done. When you're subtracting, you're going to subtract these 2 functions in number 4. So I am subtracting my f and g. So I subtract, I put in parentheses. This is where, the parentheses helps you out a little bit. I am changing the sign of these. So if I distribute that negative into these parentheses, this becomes plus 3x. And this becomes a minus 19. I can then combine my like terms. 8 plus 3 is 11x. And then negative 20 minus 19 gives me a negative 39. Okay. For number 6, when I'm subtracting these 2, once again, just combining like terms there is a minus in there. I almost forgot it. So there is a minus right there where I'm pointing. So that changes the sign. So this negative 6x squared becomes a positive 6x and so on. Notice how the signs are changed after I distributed that negative into the parentheses because I'm subtracting. So I just combine my like terms. 3x squared plus 6x squared gives me 9x squared. I have a 10x and I have just a negative 1x here, so that becomes 9x. And I have a plain old 4, negative 4, and a plain old 8. So 8 minus 4 is 4. When you're multiplying, we have to distribute, double distribute. So you can see the whole problem done here for you. I'm multiplying these 2 functions together, or you can see it step by step over here. I'm going to, multiply this times this and this. So x times x is x squared, x times negative 7 is negative 7x, and then I'm going to multiply this times this, which is 3x, and 3 times a negative 7, which is negative 21. I then combine my like terms, and the only like terms are these 2 that are in the center here, a negative 7x plus 3, so I got negative 4x, and everything else just stays the same because there were no other like terms. When you do number 9, I'm going to multiply these 2 together. Go ahead and try 8 on your own. If you want to look at 8, there's 8 for you. You could pause that. Number 9, I'm going to multiply these 2 together. So I'm just going to distribute, double distribute. So 6x times 2x squared and so on. And remember, when you're multiplying x's, you're adding the exponents. Okay, when you're multiplying those with exponents. You add the exponents together. That's why it ends up looking like this. I combine like terms, and you end up with this. That's number 9. For number 10, 11, and 12, real easy, as he went over today. The only thing he wants you to do is just set it up like it would be dividing. the only time we're really going to work with this is if it tells us what x, the value of x would be. So say if it was a 2, we would put a 2 here, and it would be actually, it would be undefined. It would not work out because you'd have 0 on the bottom. So maybe a 4 would be better. So if this was a 4, you'd have 12 over 2, or your answer would be 6. Okay. So you're just setting this up because we don't know what x equals. So that's as far as it goes, or if you want to look at it this way, function f divided by function g just looks like this. And number 12, function f divided by function g. Real easy, nothing else to do with it, and you're done with those. Hopefully this helped, and good luck with the rest.